All right. Hi, everybody. Tara Greene here. I'm a couple minutes late. I was on a test there for a few minutes. And I just want to make sure that people are here. And if you come on and say hi to me, I will know where you are. So please do that. Please come on and say hi. Okay, I see that there's 4 people there. All right.
Good.
Okay, I'm good to go. All right, so I want to welcome you all here. I am Agent 129 of the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Hi, 15 people there. Please say hi in the comments to me. Hi from Florida. Hi, Kay. Hi from Sherry from Australia. Very nice. Thank you for being here, Patricia. Thank you so much. Okay, sorry, my phone is kind of beeping here. I want to make sure it doesn't keep beeping. All right, so I felt called to focus this energy today on this magnificent 11/22/22. I'm Agent 129 in Toronto, Canada, so welcome. So as you may know, if you've been involved, hi from Southampton, UK. Hello, everybody, Wisconsin. Okay, I'll let some people come on here. Virginia, the more the merrier. This is the whole point. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here. I will wait a few minutes. All right, so hi from Australia. Lots of Australia's Cosmic Intelligence Agency is founded in Melbourne, Australia. So I know it's already the 23rd there for you, and I was trying to fit this in, so at least it was at 11/22/22 in Greenwich Mean Time. So the reason, hi more New Brunswick, hi Claudette from New Brunswick, lots of people from Australia. So if you participated in the last, somebody from Ohio, Mexico, thank you. Hola from Mexico. Texas, Ohio, great. Okay, thank you for joining from Quebec. Hi, Caroline, I've seen you before. So welcome, Cosmic Intelligence Agency fans. Also, if you know me, Tara Greene, I'm a professional astrologer for over 30 years, and I've been Agent 129 for the Cosmic Intelligence Agency since about 2014 from England, somebody from England as well. So I felt called today because I was actually, I have been focusing and being part of 11/11 since it first started. And so maybe you don't know, but 11/11 was created by a woman named Solara, actually, who wrote a book called The Star Borne, which came out in 1989. And I read that book, and she coordinated one of the first worldwide meditations, which was on January 11th, 1992. And it was one of the first worldwide meditations. So Solara was in Egypt at the Great Pyramids, anchoring that energy, and there was people all over the world at like high energy spots, Sedona, and Mount Shasta and Machu Picchu, Niagara Falls. I remember being part of that. So I was actually in Jupiter, Florida, actually, on that day meditating with a friend of mine. So that was quite wonderful. So 11/11. Master number, it has to do with remembering who we really are, that we are all old souls. And that was Matias De Stefano. I don't know if you know about him. He's a very young, yes, Claudette saying she remembers Solara. He's a very young Argentinian psychic. He's been featured on Gaiam TV. And he's been talking about connecting these 12 energy grids all over the world today. So they set this up yesterday. In different time zones all over the world, and especially today, asking people to meditate together to activate these 12 grids so that we can all really remember our mastery. Okay. Now, of course, the tarot, and I'm a professional tarot card reader as well, is related to these numbers, and I will talk about the symbols of the tarot because everything is about symbols. And so the number, if you participated in 11/11/2022, or if you participated even earlier in February 22nd, 2022, this is like the culmination. This is the final act, I guess, of 11/22/22. And so the more of us wake up and really remember that we are infinite souls, temporarily having this, what would you call it, hyperdimensional, focused point in space, that we're in these human bodies, and realize that we can create everything, that we are gods and goddesses, and all time is now. Okay, we want to create that heaven on earth. Okay, that's really, really important that we do this now against the forces of transhumanism. Okay, we know about that. Okay, so I'm going to just smudge you all virtually. So if you've participated in 1111, there was an 1111, 2011, actually, that I participated in. I was in Sedona, Arizona, with a friend of mine, Joseph Mark Cohen, who was a Kabbalist astrologer, and my friend Ayala in Sedona. And we did ceremony together. And actually, I felt called at some point. I'm also going to use Joseph Mark Cohen passed away, sadly, a few years ago, but he created this really beautiful crop circle deck. He had been taking people to the crop circle since the early 90s. And it's a very, very esoteric deck, but it was calling out to me today to be used. Okay, so that's one way of kind of me honoring Joseph Mark Cohen's memory as well. If you go to the Amitabha Stupa in Sedona, there's a nice memorial stone for him there as well. Okay, so 11. Remembrance. Okay, remembering our magnificence, remembering that we are all Star Borne. So in the tarot, the number 11 can be justice. You know, there is that 11-8 thing. Okay, we'll talk about that. Hi, somebody from BC. So the number 11 is justice. This is the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Okay, and it can also be number 8. So those two numbers are interchangeable, 11 and 8. Okay, so 11. Okay, so it's strength, okay, which is clearly Leo. And of course, the goddess, the woman, she has the infinity symbol over her head. So 8, when you turn it on its side, is infinity. But 11 also has to do with that infinite movement that we are master souls already. And it is justice. Okay, so it is about balance. It is about Libra. It is the scales of justice. It's about karma. And we want to come to a place of peace and balance. There is no polarity of opposites. They are complementary opposites as well. So this is Mott's scale of justice, okay? Now strength in this deck is it's Leo, so it rules the heart. So we want to connect our hearts, okay? And Libra's an air sign, our minds. And especially today, we're also welcoming the sun into Sagittarius. Mercury and Venus just connected. They had a beautiful conjunction yesterday, late yesterday, at 5:55 p.m. Maybe I had that 5:55 p.m. also in my mind, but I think that was a precursor symbol because 11/22/22 adds up to 555. Okay, so that was that nice synchronicity. So our minds, Mercury, which in the tarot is the magician. Okay, so you could see 11 as two magicians. Okay, two number ones, right? And you can see the magician also has the lemniscate, it's called, or the infinity symbol over his head. And you can take the position of the magician. The cards are meant to be kind of like symbols that you manifest. So he has his right hand up to the heavens. It goes through his heart. And then he's pointing down at the earth. And then his table, he has all the 4 elements represented there. And we are all magicians. Okay? We are all magicians. And our magical tool is our mind. Okay? So I think Harry Potter getting to be so popular was, because people needed to remember, that younger generation needed to remember their own magical ability to create what we want. And that's, I remember since I was very young that I could just think something, it would manifest. So the magician, remembering that we're all magicians. And the fact that there's 2 of them is kind of like self and other, or bringing the 2 parts of ourselves together. Okay. And then you could say that 22 is also 2 High Priestesses. In the tarot, the number 2 is the High Priestess, and she sits between the pillars, the 2 major pillars of those complementary polarity symbols there. She has pomegranates over her head as well. And she is like the moon. So, the magician is Mercury. The magician is Mercury. So, and Mercury is a hermaphroditic or a dual sign. And then there's the moon. So they represent Mercury and the moon in a way. So 2 High Priestesses. The High Priestess is like the moon embodies. She brings down the moon. It's to remember when you were a High Priestess. If you have the number 2 as your numerology, soul path, life path, personality number, then you will remember that you were a High Priestess. So it's about reflecting on that seeming opposite, which are not really opposites. They're complementary opposites, okay? So the High Priestess, the moon, is also related to intuition. Okay. All right. Now, today, the moon is still in Scorpio. And so also, we're going to keep adding up the numbers here. The 2 and the 1s add up to 3, which is the Empress. So she is the great goddess, the great mother giving birth. So we also want to feel that we are integrating the Empress energy. She is Venus. You can see on her shield there. She has Venus there. So she would represent Venus herself, of course, like Mercury represents the magician. And everything's adding up here, you see. So giving birth, we're giving birth to the fully conscious human, multi-dimensional old souls that we are. Okay. And it's all about love. That's Venus, all about love. Now, 21 is also part of number 3. So if we add those 1s and those 2s, bear with me, we're going to do different variations on this. This is the world or the universe. So we want to bring into manifestation all of this higher consciousness. People are waking up. We want to wake up more. So the number 21 is 3. That's the world, which is Saturn. It's the world of reality. Okay. All right. Now, when we add up all of the 20, 11, 22, 22, we get 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. All right. So, and people can see 5, 5, 5 on their clock. So the number 5 in the tarot is called the Hierophant or the Pope or the High Priest. So he's like Taurus energy. And so with Taurus energy, it is about listening to our gut instincts. Again, it's the first earth sign. It's about being here in the body. The Hierophant, like Taurus, is like the Garden of Eden. So feeling like this is the Garden of Eden and using our sensuality and really tuning into all of the 5 senses and including the 6th sense as well. So the Hierophant is about listening to your own connection to your own higher self, to the God force, the Goddess force, the great mystery, the great void, Jesus, whatever, Buddha, not a God, but whatever you want to think of that God force or your higher self, your holy guardian angel. That's the whole point of the tarot. Okay. The number 14, we're also in Sagittarius season here. So I want to welcome all that Saggy energy. It is the number 14 in the tarot, which is called Temperance. Okay, so Temperance, the number 14. This is again about balancing the opposites and one becoming the other, the masculine polarity becoming the feminine and vice versa. Now remember, these polarities are magnetic forces. We cannot erase those. The gender stuff on top of it is something else, but those magnetic polarities, South Pole, North Pole, day, night, yin, yang, that's all part of it. So balancing the opposites, okay, that's what we want to do, okay, bring all that together. And what we want to connect with in the Thoth Tarot deck that I use, we want to connect with this energy, which is called Da'at, which is the 11th invisible spiral on the Tree of Life. Now this represents what I like to call your higher self. Some people feel it is related to Pluto. There is no transpersonal planets related on the traditional Tree of Life, but in the Tree of Life, there are, hi Tina, there are 44 worlds actually. There's the 10 worlds times 4, so there are 44. And again, if we, 11, 22, 22, 11, 11 is also the 44. So we're dealing with the king or the emperor energy as well. Okay. So I also wanted to talk about justice and how we need to bring justice in, number 11. And really truth and honesty and justice, all of the Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius being the sun, where the sun is right now is where our energy is at. Sagittarius, the 9th sign is the sign of the gypsy, the traveler, the philosopher, the teacher, the metaphysician. It's very mystical. It connects to international everything. It is about truth. It is about speaking our truth. It is about remembering that we are both animals. We have these animal instincts. Sagittarius is the centaur, the wounded healer. So centaurs, Sagittarians are here to heal on the spiritual, and it's arrow aiming to the heavens. Okay. Now there was really a great article that just came out by Andrew, one of the Cosmic Intelligence Agency just wrote an article about the new moon that's coming on the 23rd, saying that the Sagittarius arrow has changed. It's not pointing to the same fixed star anymore. It's changed. So we have a different perspective. Now, I am a double Sag, so welcome all the Sagittarians here. Anybody who has planets in Sagittarius, you want to look at wherever Sagittarius is in your chart to see where Mercury, Venus, and the Sun are right now. Now, also, it is a very powerful, very optimistic, very beautiful, very upbeat. We need this energy. Sagittarius is humor and lightening up. And one of the ways to get enlightened is to just not take everything so seriously, because you are an old soul and you are the Fool. Now, the Fool in the tarot, I'm saving the best for last here. The Fool in the tarot is the number 22. Okay, so the number 22, the Fool, again, this is us. This is the symbol of us, the innocent child stepping off the cliff. Just, hey, I'm going to take another round at it. I'm going to re-enter reincarnation because it's experience. It's about tasting the experience, feeling the experience, right? Very Taurus, kind of, again, that sensuality. So we're remembering that it's always one big circle, never-ending, infinite circle, round and round and round we go. Okay. Now, I wanted to talk about Sagittarius, ruled by the planet Jupiter. And so Jupiter is very, very powerful right now. Jupiter is going to turn stationary direct on the 23rd at 6:02 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. So Jupiter is virtually unmoving in the sky. And when planets are very slow like that, they're really powerful, especially at the degree that they change. So Jupiter is actually at the 28th, which we would consider to be the 29th degree of the zodiac, the most powerful, the most karmic degree of the zodiac. So I had a very spiritual astrology teacher years ago, and he said the whole point of your incarnation is to move your planets or progress your planets to the last degree of the zodiac, because then you would be considered to be finishing off this karma and being like a bodhisattva. And a bodhisattva is a Tibetan Buddhist term for someone who's reached enlightenment. And my sense of a bodhisattva is you've reached enlightenment, which everybody has moments of enlightenment. One moment of enlightenment is enlightenment for all time. And the Buddha preached that, everybody's born already enlightened. Okay. So again, this is what we want to tune into right now, that we are already enlightened. We know everything, we see everything, we can manifest everything we want. So the last degree of the zodiac, the most karmic degree. And so Jupiter is really powerful right now. Jupiter rules Sagittarius and Pisces. So Jupiter is in his prime in a way at the last degree of the zodiac. So that's also really powerful energy. Jupiter is also squaring the galactic center at 27 degrees of Sagittarius. So we can really tune into that black hole at the center of I'm calling it the milk of human kindness galaxy now. The black hole at the center of our galaxy. Okay, so 26, 27 degrees Sagittarius. So Jupiter is helping us to focus that energy. Okay, so we want to bring all of that in. The new moon, of course, is going to be super saggy. On the 24th, it is the Thanksgiving Day in the U.S., and it's like, moon and Sag, Mercury and Sag, Venus and Sag. Everything's coming up Sagittarius roses. Now, to do a little ceremony here, what I would do, and you can do this later tonight, what I wanted to do is just focus people with a guided meditation. Before you do a guided meditation, you can do this in your own way. Sagittarius likes things really simple in a way. They're very spontaneous. Trust me, I'm probably one of the most spontaneous people, running by the seat of their pants. So what you want to do is keep it simple. If you've ever done ceremony with Native people, they keep things very simple. It's not complicated. I'm not Indigenous myself, but I was taught with Indigenous teachers who I honor, Toronto being on this sacred land. All right. So you want to get crystals that associate with Jupiter. Amethyst, his color is royal purple. Nice amethyst would be good, but anything you want to use. I've also got, you want to use some things to bring in your intention. That's Mercury, so focusing the mind. Mercury in Sagittarius is very scatterbrained, trust me, because we all know that we're kind of focusing on multi-dimensions at once. So we want to open up all our chakras and connect with this 12 grid symbol and actually energy. There are people actually with these crystals that this Stefano de Matias sent all over the world. Some are in Greenland, some are in New Zealand, some are in South America, some in the pyramids of Giza. Okay, now this thing is a lightning stick. Now, you got to remember that Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system, is Zeus, is Thor, okay, is Yahweh in some traditions as well. Any lightning bolt throwing god is what Zeus represents. Now, he is also the planet, I refer to the planets as beings because I think of them as the gods or the goddesses. Jupiter, the largest planet, the planet of truth, is the home of the spiritual master teachers traditionally. Okay, so this thing here is a lightning stick. Again, remember that Zeus, Thor, they throw lightning bolts. They're called dorjes in Tibetan Buddhism, so you would use a dorje as well. This is from a pine tree that was hit by lightning, and so it's considered to be a very sacred object. So I'm using this as well in the ceremony. So you would smudge. And so what I want you to do is to just get comfortable. Okay, just get comfortable and to close your eyes. And I'm just going to lead you in a kind of a short meditation. So you can lay down. If you fall asleep, don't worry about it. That's okay too. Lots of people kind of go into sort of deep sleeps when I do these meditations. So we're going to begin by closing our eyes, and then you want to just begin to focus on your breathing. So if you're sitting up, you want to focus on just letting all the thoughts go. This is a time to relax, to just let go of all the stress, the tension, the concerns. We're just going to let that all go. You can imagine that you're stepping away from your usual mind. You're still in your body. We want to stay grounded here. So what you want to do is just focus on where you're sitting. If you're sitting, just draw your energy to the base of your spine. So feel the weight of the base of your spine on the chair. If you're lying down, also you want to focus on the base of your spine. You can put your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your womb, ladies, because the womb is the most sacred portal in existence. If you've had a hysterectomy, you still have a spirit womb, and men also have a spirit womb. Okay, so right hand on the heart, left hand on the womb. Okay, and so you want to begin to breathe into that womb space. Okay, it is not your second chakra. The womb is a totally separate, holy organ on its own. So just breathe into your hips. Sagittarius rules the hips, so we're going to go there first. So just breathe in, not forced, just naturally, and then just imagine that the breath is going up into your heart and filling the four chambers of your heart, opening and expanding, and then breathing up into the third chakra, into the pineal gland, and then like a big horse whinny, breathe out through your mouth. All right. And then just do that 3 times. So we're just going to breathe in together, starting to expand our consciousness, letting go more and more, going deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation and peace and trust. Just breathing. All we are is the breath. Feel that your body is an empty vessel. Your breath, you should feel the expansion of your belly, and then your chest, and then up into your nose, and then breathe out through the mouth. So just listen to my voice, knowing that you're in a totally safe space. I'm going to call in all the archangels, the Archangel Michael in the east, the Archangel Gabriel in the west, the Archangel Raphael in the north, and the Archangel Uriel in the south. So we call in the 4 major archangels to be here with us to protect this sacred circle, working with the 4 elements, and the 5th element also, that is spirit or ether, traditionally, the Akasha. So just stay really focused in your heart. Focus on that cross of matter, visualizing like these rainbow circles coming out from the heart. So we want to work with that energy. And then there's an eye that appears in the center of that rainbow. This is your 3rd eye opening. And it's made out of all the colors of the rainbow. 7 colors of the rainbow. Just visualize and feel. You might be able to feel your 3rd eye pumping or pulsing. And just keep breathing. This is effortless. This is easy. Just let go, just trust. This is the new way of being. We're just going with the flow. We are all old souls. We're just remembering who we really are on this sacred journey together. So just feel how you're expanding beyond your body, beyond your heart. You're always connected to your heart, to your root chakra, to all the chakras. You're opening up from the root chakra, the red chakra, feeling that red. It can feel very hot as it opens. You can visualize like a rose opening. And breathing into that chakra and then breathing into the second chakra. Its color is bright orange. You might feel like a beautiful orange flower, or it's like a little vortex that's spinning. And the chakras spin in opposite directions to each other. So open that second chakra. It is connected to the womb on the physical plane, but not the same as that higher chakra, womb chakra. That's something else, which we are going to activate as well. Okay. Then we're moving up to the third chakra. This is the solar plexus, the sun. This is the sun in Sagittarius right now. This is the light force. This is our sun. This is the galactic sun. This is all the suns, all the billions and trillions of stars and all the galaxies and all the dimensions. Feel that you are a star. You are a star. Your whole being is stellar. This is like the strength card. It's Leo. You are a star. There's an old saying, every man and every woman is a star. So just feel your cells sparkling. All the nanoparticles in your body sparkling like stars. You are a universe. You are a galaxy unto yourself. Feel how the as above, the all that is, in all the dimensions, the river of stars, the Milky Way of human kindness, the Great Mother's kindness over our heads, and the below, that in the earth there is a similar galaxy in the earth, made of matter. Matter means mother, material. And so feel yourself connected to all that is, at all the dimensions. The Kabbalist showed it as a square or a cube of space, which just came into my mind, so that's good. So just be aware that you are all that is, all that ever has been and ever will be, and it's all happening now at the same time. So we want to become aware that we can tap into that and yet stay very, very grounded at the singular point. It's like quantum physics. You know, we are the wave and we are the particle. So you want to be here now in the form of the Fool, in a place of total trust and innocence, connecting to all the spirits, all your ancestors who love you throughout time, through every incarnation. You've been every nationality, every gender, every rank of life, from a king to a pauper, the murderer, the angel, the do-gooder. You've been all of that. We've all been all of that. It's just this experience. We're here to experience and to taste all of that. On the higher levels, there is no judgment. I think Stefano was reading through some of his material, just like Neil Donald Walsh, who wrote Conversations with God, talked about that as well. The judgments, remember that 11 is judgment. 14 is judgment. It's adjustment, temperance, and adjustment is the Aeon, number 20. I wanted to mention that too. In the Thoth Tarot, Aleister Crowley, I know he has a bad reputation, but he channeled those cards in 2014, I believe, in Egypt, and he predicted number 20, instead of it being like Judgment Day, that it was the Aeon, the new Aeon, the rebirth, which the whole New Age movement always relates back to all of those older prophecies. But now we are in a much more aware state. And just feel yourself expand. Now become aware that along your spine, we got to the third chakra now. We're going to continue. We're going to open up our heart chakra. It's the fourth chakra. You can remember the four elements, the four chambers of the heart, the fourth chakra. It is green, emerald green. like the Archangel Raphael. Some people see it as being with a little bit of pink, like a rose quartz. So just feel your heart expanding and connecting to the love. The universe works on love, unconditional love. The universe is the combination. It is oneness. All that is one. It's the void. It's total emptiness. It's pure potential of everything that exists. And it is in a total loving state. And it emanated out to see itself, to mirror itself. So feel your heart expanding with love. And we want to send that love out to everyone on the planet, to all the animals, to all the minerals, to all the trees, the oceans, the whales, the dolphins, the birds who are higher souls, to all our relations. We are all one. We are all the same throughout time. And we also want to collect to our galactic creators, the ones who created us, the Syrians, all of the different constellational beings, Pleiadians, beings from the central sun, Alcyone. The Pleiadians are revered as also where we come from. And you know that all the major monuments all over the world are connected to all those, oriented to all those constellations. So we're in our heart chakras, just feeling our hearts radiating love. And then we move up into the 5th chakra, which is the throat chakra. This is where we speak our truth. This is where we vibrate. In the beginning was the word. So all our words have meaning. So we want to say what you mean and then, walk your talk, the word. So you can release some sound from your throat if your throat chakra feels tense. You could just sound or breathe or just sigh right now. Let all that out. And it's this indigo blue color, beautiful indigo blue color, like the sky, very spacious. And you breathe up into your 6th chakra, just above your brow. This is your telepathic chakra. This is where you visualize and sense everything. So we think in Western world that the mind is everything, but it isn't the mind, it is the intuition. The mind, according to Tibetan tradition, is the heart. We have to think from our hearts. This is just, the mind itself is just the organizational system. You also want to open up the pineal gland at the roof of your head. You can put your tongue on the roof of your mouth to activate your pineal gland. That helps you to visualize as well. And that color is violet, ultraviolet purple. And if you've done ayahuasca, you see in that ultraviolet range, which is really the color of the sun. It's actually ultraviolet. We see it reversed as yellow. It's the opposite. And then you want to breathe up into your crown chakra at the top of your head. This is the 1,000-petaled lotus. And feel your connection opening, like when the baby's born, to all the stars and all the galaxies and all our ancestors and all our relations. Okay, you want to feel that energy coming in very strongly. So just feel the galactic energy pouring in through your crown chakra. All that wisdom, we're calling in all the higher master teachers from all the planets and all the galaxies and all the suns, all the stars, all the wormholes, all the quasars and mesars and all of the unknowns. We know so little really of the galaxy, but this universe, but we do know it all on another level. So we want to call in all of that knowledge to ourselves, all that wisdom. That's what Sagittarius is always seeking, that wisdom, that higher knowledge. So we want to go back into our hearts, and we want to stay in our heart, and we want to feel this connection to everyone else that's meditating all over the world, all over the planet. So from your heart, you might see like an 8-sided web going out from your heart, representing all the 8 directions, the number 8 also being the infinity symbol. Seeing that emanating out like a big 8-pointed star from your heart, the feeling of love, or like a beautiful flower, and connecting with all of the other hearts and all of the other souls, all of the other people here at this workshop, and all the other people who are going to see it after, and all the other people who are meditating, and all the other people who aren't even aware of what's going on. We want to connect to everybody so we can, on some level, affect them, and to, if they so desire, wish to join in this galactic 11-22-22 awakening, where we remember our truth and our stellar beingness and our ability to manifest as magicians and as high priestesses and as the fools that we are, the divine fool who lives in the moment, the divine child. So remember yourself as the divine child, living fully in the moment, very joyous. We want to bring in the energy of what children love to do. They're naturally geniuses. They're naturally spiritual. They're naturally intuitive. We're all naturally full of joy, and we love to draw, and we love to make art, and we love to dance, and we love to put on plays, and we love to play, and we have imaginary friends which are real, and we know that whatever we imagine is real. So we want to get in touch with that beautiful inner golden child that we once were. And if some traumatic memories are triggered now, we're going to go and replace them right now with the love of the innocence, the beautiful innocence returning to all of ourselves. Because we know that we are always in that state of divine innocence. So beyond the seeming difficulties and hardness and all the PTSD that everybody in the world is carrying on some level, we want to connect to the healed child, the whole child, the golden child, the divine child. That's what Jesus represents. Christmas is coming. Jesus represents that divine child energy, and also that wisdom, the God force of love, unconditional love. So we call upon all the archangels to bring you blessings and protection right now. And you don't have to go into your trauma. Know that your trauma is held safe. It is being transmuted. Your trauma is being transmuted. All the trauma that you've been through in this lifetime, from even being born, is a bit of a trauma, because we tend to drink that drink of forgetfulness. We forget that we are divine beings, but this is the time to remember right now at 11-22-22 that we have never really left the source, that we are all one, that this is just a hologram, a very real appearing hologram that we are playing out. It's like being in a hall of mirrors. So have that sense that you know that you are the one, that we are all the one. We are all the I am. So say out loud, I am. I am the one. I am all that is, all that ever was and ever will be. I am love. And then feel just this automatic blending of all the people together, this dissolving of the illusion of separateness that we've all been feeling by kind of being forced to be separate for the last almost 3 years. Feel all of those walls dissolve. They are an illusion. We are never separate. We're always feeling and sensing and knowing each other so intimately, because we are all one. We are all a cell in the universal God's body, the great all that is. So know how magnificent we all are, and how awestruck from this single point perspective we are at the beauty, just like when we stare at the Milky Way at night. That is ourselves, that is our own bodies we are staring at. As above, so below. And so within, you are a river of stars, an infinite river of stars. You are the infinity symbol. Feel a sense of peace and joy and love and radiant energy. Oh, just move your body a little bit. Move your shoulders. Get rid of any tension. Just let it all go. Let all the tension go, all the stress in your jaw, behind your eyes, anywhere in your body that's been feeling stressed or aching, or if you've had an accident, or if you have some illness, you can transmute that energy now. Your mind, your consciousness has the power to magically, magnificently dissolve any harm, any dis-ease by being in a place of ease and accepting who you really are. There's nothing that we really have to do. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere else to be. But right here, right now, what Ram Dass talked about it, be here now. That's what enlightenment is. It's about being at the center of the nexus of the infinity symbol, where all time is now. All dimensions. However many dimensions there may be. Just feel ourselves connected as this one beautiful beacon of light, of love, of clarity, of joy, of health, of healing, the ability to heal each other. This is calling upon the Sun in Sagittarius and Mercury in Sagittarius and Venus in Sagittarius and Jupiter at the last degree of the zodiac, ruling Sagittarius and Pisces, Jupiter and Pisces. So we call upon you, Jupiter. Call upon you now to bring in the kairotic healing energy by sacred law. I call upon you, Jupiter, and all the master teachers and all the galaxies, the infinite number of universes, all the cosmic consciousness and love, that all that is the goddess, the dark void, everything. All that is, I call it to be here now, to heal whatever ailment you have by the powers of logic. So now take 3 deep breaths into your belly, into your womb. Bring it into your heart, up into your mind, and out the top of your head, and feel you're a fountain of infinite light and love and a galaxy, all galaxies. You are all that is. We are all that is. And we are one. We anchor the 12 grid points of the earth, the ley lines. We activate all those ancient ley lines. May we tune into them whenever we wish. And know that you can shapeshift as the magician any reality you want. And the more of us that focus our intention on doing this, then so mote it be. And so it is. So make sure you've taken those 3 deep breaths. Remember that you're still grounded in your body. Just sort of take an inner gaze at your body and see how it feels right now. See how alive you feel, and feel this sense of joy, compassion for yourself, forgiveness. Jupiter's at the last degree. Pisces is about forgiving ourselves. There's no guilt. It's all happening as it should. And feel that we're about to step into a new age right now. And that as more of us wake up and realize that we are all connected, that we're naturally totally into, the more we'll shapeshift that positive, loving, conscious oneness for all of us on this earth, for all the plants, the animals. We will act in ways that are on a higher consciousness level to the earth. So whenever you feel ready, just slowly, slowly come back into your body. Take as much time as you need. If you've passed out, that's okay too. I'll just give everybody a moment or two to come back. So just know that you can, at any time, tune into this kind of a meditation again. This will be available as a recording as well if you want to listen to it again. And if you have any comments, but just I don't want to force anybody to move too fast or whatever, just there was something that you felt or you saw or you sensed, or even if you were a total skeptic and you didn't feel anything, that's okay. You did feel it on some level. So you have to trust that. Remember, we're all the fools now who live totally in the moment. We're like these divine children, right? So it's all in the moment, right? Trust, faith. Okay. Okay. So I think that's okay. Now, somebody just said blessings to you all. Okay. So what I want to do now is I thought I would pull some tarot cards. But now that we're here, and I don't want to keep people too long either, it's changing because I'm in the moment, remember? I feel like I need to use these these crop circle cards, these crop circle oracle decks, which I have a few of because I bought a bunch of them from my friend Joseph, Mark Cohen. And I actually have a tincture that we made actually from that 11-11-11. If anybody's interested in getting that, I've kept it all these years. Somebody said the comments about birds being higher souls. You pulled the fool. Great. Okay, good. All right, so what I'm going to do, let's see now, how do we do this now? Instead of pulling tarot cards, my senses, my friend Joseph Mark Cohen, who's really an incredible teacher, you can look up his videos, they're on YouTube. He wrote some books as well. So remembering you, Joseph. And sending blessings to my friend Ayala in Sedona and the cow. All right, so I'm just going to pick a card and read what it says. Now, what number did I get? You know how this works. Remember I said it's all about, it all adds up to 5. Well, I got number 50. Okay, number 50 here. Okay, there you can see that, 50. Okay, and it looks like this. It's like this beautiful spider web. Sorry, this is delay on here, so I can't see myself. There we go, like a big crop circle, like a spider web. When I was talking about feeling that web, right, of interconnection. You know, there's the web, the maze, and the matrix. So this is from a crop circle from Avebury, which is right by, I believe Avebury is right by Avalon. I might be mistaken. It's a spider web Dreamcatcher, and it's from 11/08/94. We're dealing with that 8/11 thing. It says 5 times 10. It's Nun in Hebrew, the Milky Way galaxy, exactly what I was talking about. Spider Woman, Song of Creation. That's the Hopi song. So it says the Avebury Web was the grand finale of the 1994 season. So we might want to look back at, of course, that was 8 years ago. The embedded double pentagram motif is echoed by sets of 5 concentric circles. Each pentagram, 5 pentagram is Venus, divides the circle into 5 by 72 degree sectors. Now 72, you know about the numerology of 144. Half of 144 is 72, and 72 is the number of years it takes for a star to move 1 degree. So, you know, all of these numerology calculations are always based on astrology, astronomy. Golden ratio proportions are found amidst the outer and 2 inner sanctuary circles. The Dreamcatcher web was visited by many guests, resonating with the first magic song sung by the earth goddess Spider Woman, coaxing her clan creatures out of their sipapu womb places of emergence. Now, according to the Hopi, this is the fifth world. They emerged from the inner earth. The oracle says, sing yourself awake, catch a new dream, listen to your heart song. Okay. I wanted to play that song, but because I'm not on Zoom, I'm going to direct you to the song if you don't know it already. It's by a beautiful American singer named Pia, and it's basically about remember why you came here. Remember your life is sacred. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. I'll put on a link to it afterwards. But you have to remember to sing your own song, like the shamans in Peru when they do the ayahuasca. They work with one plant, and they can work with that plant for years, and it's called an icaro, and that's what they sing. And so you have to learn to listen to your own song, and then we're all going to sing together in a beautiful harmony. Okay, so I totally trust these crop circles, and I thank my friend Joseph Mark Cohen, Spider One. Okay, that's again the number 8, the Hopi prophecies as well. So we are all interconnected, the web, the maze, the matrix. So I want you also to pay attention to your dreams before we go here. I don't want to keep you for too much longer. Of course, with Jupiter in Pisces, while Jupiter is in Pisces until December the 20th, your dreams should be off the map, especially with Jupiter now squaring the galactic center for a while. Tune into your dreams, especially this is about dreaming. You can ask for a song before you go to sleep at night. You can sit in meditation and let yourself trust to hear a song or a tune or whatever. Sometimes I just hear music. I don't know how to write music. I like to sing. But, something like that. Again, it's about getting out of your own way. And maybe we have to sing this big chorus, I'd like to teach the world to sing. Isn't that the old Coke commercial or something like that? Anyway, listen to your dreams. I still would like to do maybe this is going to be a single dream temple coming together, probably on the full moon on December the 7th is what's coming to me. So I will keep you posted about that. Now, join the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, please. They have wonderful astrologers on here, wonderful workshops all the time. They have their wonderful new magazine as well, Time Lords, which you can get free. I am going to be presenting a workshop on the astrology of 2023 for the StarCon conference at West Palm Beach, Florida, on January 22nd. So if you want to check that out, there's going to be other wonderful tarot readers, Mary Greer, Ciro de Marchetti, who's a famous, has created many, many tarot decks. He's going to be there as well. So if you want to check that out, that's STAAR Con. And if you want to get a reading from me, I'm at tarottarot.com. So wishing you all the best blessings. Now, please stay in touch. Keep meditating today. There's 33 people on. Well, no, it just went to 37. Keep meditating. Keep asking for your higher wisdom. And stay grounded and stay upbeat and stay optimistic. It's Sagittarius season. You can just laugh at the whole thing. Have you ever seen, there's a great movie called The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, an old black and white Western with Humphrey Bogart. And it's a great movie, and it's kind of like, it'll put you into that mood. So I want to send you all the best blessings. I love you all, and speak to you again soon. I'll be here actually to do the December live, my monthly tarot astrology on the 30th. Okay. Sending you many blessings. Take care.